Hey everybody, Big E. Welcome to Big E's YouTube channel. So today, maybe not just today, I might start a series on working on the train wreck, the 7.3 Powerstroke that I used to tow the trailer with to get towed to the drag strip. Now we changed oil in it, the crankcase, or what some people refer to as the bottom oil, which is your oil filter and your crankcase oil. So today we're going to do the top oil. And I don't know how many people know about this, but it was supposedly a trick. If your Powerstroke was having hard start issue, the little bit of theory, the fuel injectors on the International 7.3 diesel Powerstroke is oil pressure. Somehow it reads oil pressure and that's what fires the injectors. I don't understand the theory 100%, just I kind of get it. So there's a gentleman who said about he had a heck of a time till he found this trick, and once he did it, his truck started fine. So what it is, it's the top oil for your HPOP. Now I know the HPOP is something for the high pressure oil that signals the injectors to fire. So I forget what it stands for, but it's called the HPOP. I'm sure you heard of it before. So I'm gonna get some stuff together here, and then we're gonna dive into this, and I'll show you what to do and give you some tips. Be back. Alright guys, I'm back. So I got some stuff together. A couple things you're gonna need to do this. Your HPOP is right here, and here's the plug. Hopefully you see that. This is the actual reservoir. There is no drain plug, so you're going to need like a siphon pump, hand or electric. You're going to need some Allen wrench, and you're going to need about 2 quarts of oil. That's about what it holds, is about 2 quarts of oil in your HPOP for that. So I'm going to try and change this without my camera going to kaput here. I don't know, you're going to need to go back more. See if I can position this. So anyway, in here, the lighting isn't the best. Where my finger is, there's an Allen plug. So you're going to need a 3/16 Allen wrench. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn that out. Okay? And it might come out hard sometimes because there's an O-ring in there. Okay? So, since that came out hard, it would be a good time to inspect that O-ring. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to inspect that O-ring for any cuts, anything kind of damaged. Looks like it's okay. So now, without a drain plug, how are you going to get that out? Well, that's where you need the siphon pump. So you get a siphon pump, you have to rig something up that's going to work so you can get to the bottom of that. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off. I should have had a rag. I forgot to grab one. So we're going to go ahead and clean that off. And then you're going to put that. You want to try and hit the bottom of the reservoir, which that feels like the bottom. Okay, so. And then the other end, you're going to put, I have a drain pan on the ground of obviously the truck there, where I have the hose running into that. So this is where it takes a little while, because obviously what you're going to do is you're going to siphon out the oil, and this is going to take a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and I'm going to siphon that out. Like I said, it's going to be about 2 quarts of oil. So we're going to do that, and then when I come back, I'm going to show you the fill up and finish it off. Alright, Biggie, I'm back. So we got the reservoir empty. Now I had to reconfigure my contraption because the hose, or the end I had on it, wasn't long enough to get down to the bottom. So I put this hose here on. Let me turn the camera here, try and show you. I have this hose here, and I put that on. I made sure that could hit bottom. Now, there's no level indicator on the HPOP reservoir. So what I do, you watch it. I have a clear tube here, and I don't think you're gonna see it on the camera. I can try and show you, but you can see how there's really mostly air. Very little oil. I don't know if you saw that or not, but I figured I'd use a clear tube there to try and show you guys when and you'll hear it too. It'll have like it's sucking air kind of deal. And like I say, if you're all the way at the bottom and you're not getting any more oil coming out of the other end, chances are that's good. You want to get to the bottom because that's where the dirt hangs out. That's where the dirty oil hangs out. You want to get down there, get that junk out, because you don't want to put clean oil in with half dirty oil. You're not going to get the life out of it. To show you real quick, here's what the drain pan, I don't know if that'll help you judge how much oil you're going to get out of your HPOP. And that does look pretty dirty. I think I've been screwing up. I didn't get all the way down the last couple times I did it, because that oil seems like it's dirtier than I think it should be, but that's just me. So anyway, we're done here. We got the oil out, the dirty oil. So now basically what I'm gonna do is pull this tube out try and get all this out of the way. And of course we got all the tree dirt flying around. So now would be a good time to wipe around your HPOP opening here, so that way there's no dirt. Okay, so now what you want to get a funnel. Obviously, I recommend, I got this multi-purpose funnel. It's hard to tell, but it's small. You can use a transmission funnel, which would work. That's what I used to use before. So now we got that oil out, and now we're ready to dump clean oil into our HPOP. So we'll go ahead, we'll put some in here, and it doesn't go fast. You're going to fill up so far, and then you got to wait for it to go down. And you're going to fill this thing up, and then once you get about, I would say once you get about a quart in, the second one I would pour smaller amounts in, because there's no warning for when it's full. It's just going to spew out, okay? So what you want to do is, just watch. Obviously I got a ways to go here. I have half a quart in right now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go put the rest in. And then when I come back, we're going to put it all together, fire it up, and see how it is. Alright, I'm back. So we got about a quart and about 3/4 of the second one in there, and we're full to the top here. So we're going to go ahead and take our 3/16 Allen and our plug. We're going to put that in. That, folks, is how you do it. You keep that oil clean. I change it. Sometimes I do it every oil change. Sometimes I do it every other. It depends how often you change oil. If you change oil often, I would say do it every other. If you don't drive it that much, like me, I do it every oil change. I change that HPOP oil to make sure it's clean. Make sure it gets good pressure so those injectors fire. Just makes your truck a little more reliable. So that's it for that today. I got some other stuff coming up, because I want to change a fuel filter. I want to flush the cooling system and possibly do a transmission service before we hit the drag strip with the Camaro. And I want to make sure this thing is reliable pulling the trailer, because I don't want to break down at the side of the road. So anyway, that's it for today. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Watch out for each other. Take care of each other. We see you next time right here on Big E's. Bye for now.